Do you think it's not going to take an hour to read the Five Nights at Freddy's Wikipedia article?
No, I think it's going to take like 10 minutes, but yeah.
I just want to hear the lore. So please.
So do I.
Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. All right. Five Nights at Freddy's video game or Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh no! It's just Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
Just Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right.
Oh, this is a big ass Wikipedia.
I told you it's fucking huge.
Let me get the page on screen so you can read along as I read out loud.
I feel like I'm gonna learn a lot.
Five Nights at Freddy's from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia at en.wikipedia.org. This article is about the video game franchise. For the first game in the series, see Five Nights at Freddy's video game. Five Nights at Freddy's is an American media franchise created by Scott Cawthon, which began with the eponymous 2014 video game and has since gained worldwide popularity. The main video game series consists of 9 survival horror games, taking place in locations somehow connected to family pizza restaurant Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. What did you need to say?
9 games?
Okay, so there's
9 main series games.
There's Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 4. There's Sister Location. There's Pizzeria. There's the VR one, Help Wanted.
Page.
Yeah, there's a lot. Anyway, in most games, the player takes the role of a nighttime employee who must utilize tools such as security cameras, lights, doors, and vents to defend themselves against the hostile animatronic. What?
Sus.
God damn it. To defend themselves against the hostile animatronic characters that inhabit the locations. The series canon is revealed through voice recordings, minigames, and Easter eggs featured throughout the games. The franchise also includes spin-off games and other media, including a novel trilogy and an anthology series comprising an all-encompassing fictional universe. A film adaptation is also planned. Merchandise for the games has been produced, and a horror attraction based on the series was featured in the Adventure Dome for Halloween 2016. The series also appeared in the Guinness Book of World Records Gamers Edition, setting a record for the largest number of sequels released in a year. I feel like that's not a good record.
That's not a good record to have.
I mean, they're all of the same quality for the most part, but...
that's a good point.
Real quick, I need to let my cat out because my cat is...
Let the pussy loose.
Yeah.
Free the pussy.
All right, well, I opened the door. She can get her fucking fat ass out whenever she wants. Contents. Section 1. History and development. Section 2. Gameplay. Section 3. Characters. Section 4. Games. Section 5. Music. Section 6. Other media. Section 7. Reception. Section 8. Cultural impact. Section 9. References. Section 10. External links. Section 1. History and development. The idea for Five Nights at Freddy's stemmed from negative reaction to Scott Cawthon's previous game, the family-friendly Chipper & Sons Lumber Company. Players said that the main character, a young beaver, looked like a scary animatronic animal, and reviewer Jim Sterling called the game unintentionally terrifying. Initially discouraged by the criticism, Cawthon, who had previously primarily developed Christian-oriented games, eventually used the feedback to make something intentionally scarier. Five Nights at Freddy's was released via Desera on August 8th, 2014. On August 20th, after it was approved by the service's crowdsourcing platform, Greenlight, Five Nights at Freddy's was also released on Steam. The sequels were released on November 10th, 2014, March 2nd, 2015, July 23rd, 2015, October 7th, 2016, December 4th, 2017, June 27th, 2018, May 28th, 2019, and November 25th, 2019, respectively. A spin-off from the series, FNAF World, was announced in a Steam post by Cawthon in September 2015 and was released in January of 2016. Cawthon releases teasers for his games on his website and trailers on his YouTube channel. He used ClickTeam Fusion 2.5 to create the Five Nights at Freddy's games, and Autodesk 3ds Max to model and render the game's 3D graphics. To enhance Sister Location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, Help Wanted, and Special Delivery, Cawthon used professional voice actors and original soundtracks. In May 2016, he announced that all titles would be remade by third-party companies for release on consoles. Cawthon posted on his website in 2015 that he planned to publish his first novel, The Silver Eyes, in the near future, with its stories separate from that of the games. On June 20th, 2016, Scholastic announced that it would collaborate with Cawthon on a multi-book deal. The Silver Eyes was released on December 17th, 2015 on Amazon Kindle, and the paperback version was published on September 27th, 2016, slightly earlier than its originally planned October publication date. A second novel, The Twisted Ones, was published on June 27th, 2017, followed by The Fourth Closet on June 26th, 2018. Gameplay. So, what is this, Section 2? Section 2. Gameplay. The Five Nights at Freddy's series consists of horror-themed video games in which the player is usually a nighttime employee at a location connected with Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a fictional children's restaurant which takes inspiration from family pizza chains like Chuck E. Cheese's and Showbiz Pizza Place. The restaurant has life-size animatronic characters that perform at children's parties. The animatronics wander the restaurant at night, and the guard is instructed to watch over them. To progress through the games, the player must guard theirself against animatronics with a variety of tools. In Five Nights at Freddy's, the player can control the two security doors connecting their office to the adjacent hallways as a barrier against animatronics in their vicinity. Each night, the player has a power supply that depletes faster when a tool is used. If the power goes out, the player can no longer use any tools and is defenseless against the animatronics. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has different tools. There are no protective doors, and the player must instead use an empty animatronic head and flashlight to defend themselves against the animatronics. The game introduced a music box, which must be remotely wound up on a regular basis to prevent an attack from a particular animatronic. 8-bit minigames were introduced, which are played randomly after death. How much more? Five Nights at Freddy's...
A lot.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3 uses a monitor panel, which contains audio, camera, and ventilation. The player must keep certain systems from malfunctioning. These malfunctions can be triggered randomly or by the hallucinations of the animatronics from the first and second games. The ability to seal vents is also added and must be used to prevent the sole tangible animatronic from entering the office. The player can use audio-based function. The player can use an audio-based function on the cameras, which triggers a childlike voice to lure the animatronic away from the office. The 8-bit minigames return and are activated by completing side tasks, such as clicking on a poster or inputting a code into a wall. If the player completes the minigames, they unlock a secret ending. In Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the gameplay occurs in a bedroom setting, and instead of being a night guard, the player takes the role of a small child. The player no longer has access to a camera system. The player has 4 areas in the bedroom to monitor, 2 hallways on both sides of the room, the closet directly in front of them, and the bed behind them. At the doors, the player must listen for animatronics breathing, which can determine whether they are they what? Whether they are they near? I think that's.
I don't know, man. I completely lost
man, I'm
where
just
the
making
fuck you
pizzas.
are.
At the doors, the player must listen for animatronics breathing, which can determine whether they are they near. I think
Yeah,
it's
whether
Yeah,
they're
just
they
remove
near.
the second they. Remove the second they.
yeah, whether they are near.
Whether they are near.
Yeah. If the player hears breathing at the side doors, they close the door and wait for the animatronics to walk away. If they open the doors too early, however, the animatronics jump scare the player.
Oh.
Oh no.
Spooky.
This reminds me of the Silent Hill text-based game. It's like this is what the Five Nights at Freddy's text-based game is like. Where was I? Oh yeah. The player must also prevent small animatronics from accumulating on their bed and prevent an animatronic from entering their closet. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 also introduces a minigame involving a new animatronic, which offers the player a 2-hour skip in the next night for completing the minigame. An elevated control pad is introduced in Sister Location, which can light a room or shock the animatronics. Other mechanics include a second control pad in a breaker room, which controls power to the facility, and a flash beacon, which allows the player to see in the dark Funtime Auditorium, a party room, and avoid its animatronic. Sister Location is the only game where the player can move between rooms. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator has business-style gameplay, and the player must spend in-game money to buy features for their pizzeria. A series of minigames can be played by testing the establishment's attractions. After the player has completed this portion of the game, they complete tasks in a room and fend off hostile, previously salvaged animatronics. The gameplay of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator shares a number of elements with Freddy Fazbear's 3, including the importance of ventilation and the ability to distract animatronics with sound. Ultimate Custom Night is a customizable night in which 50 animatronics are present and have a maximum AI level of 20. The game includes many mechanics from previous games, such as the heater, fan, music box, and power generator. The player can choose which characters they want active for a night, and how active the characters will be. Help Wanted combines the gameplay of every other game and turns into a virtual experience for the player. It also introduces several other minigames in which the gameplay is variant, and also has free roam. Special Delivery features location-based augmented reality gameplay. The player can switch on their camera, and the footage itself is the game's background. The animatronics will try to attack corresponding to the environment. The animatronics generally have cloaking, which leads them to being invisible. Common elements. Security cameras. In the first, second, third, seventh, and eighth games, the player has a security camera system which observes the animatronic characters. One location can be viewed at a time, and some areas are not visible in the cameras. Most camera feeds are dull, sometimes almost black and white in color, and full of video noise. In the third game, the cameras stop working if their associated system fails. Cameras are used in the fifth game as a mechanic in the fake ending and custom night update, but not in the main game. What? Fifth game? Which one is the fifth game?
Help Wanted, I think.
Sister Location.
Oh.
The fake ending? I don't know. I've despite how much I care so little for these games, I've seen all the playthroughs, and I don't remember that.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out before you reach the end of this thing.
Where was I? Oh, lights. In the first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, and ninth games, lights are used to warn off animatronics or warn the player. Lights in the first, second, fifth, seventh, eighth games are activated with buttons on the walls and illuminate the player's blind spots, the doorway, or vent, exit, respectively. The lights are similar. The lights are similar in the fifth game, but are mounted on a control pad and illuminate the animatronics' rooms. The flashlight in the 2nd and 9th games has a finite battery life, but is infinite in the 4th and 7th games, and must be switched on or off. Battery life varies in the 8th game. The flash beacon, introduced in the 5th game, is used to orient the player in the 3rd and 5th nights' pitch black rooms. The flashlight is also used in the 6th game, but it is automatically turned on when the player looks at the vents and has unlimited power. Doors and vents. In the first 4th, 7th, and 8th games, doors to be closed when an animatronic.
Doors are to be closed.
Someone needs to proofread this.
Real.
Doors are also present in the fake ending and custom night update of the 5th game with the same function. Vents are featured in the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th, and 8th games as a medium through which animatronics can get to the player. They are also present in the 5th game as the primary means of transport for the player. Jump scares. Every game in the series contains jump scares. In most jump scares, an animatronic character suddenly appears in the player's view, followed by a loud scream. Some jump scares, including those by Golden Freddy in the first game, Nightmare, and Nightmarion in the 4th game, consist of a single screen with a shrill, distorted audio. These jump scares usually crash or restart the game. The player can use tools to prevent attacks and jump scares. I think they meant Night Marionette because it's the puppet, it's the marionette, and it's called Night Marionette in the 4th game. Someone needs to proofread these.
No, it's Night Marion.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
That's the name. It's just referred to as Night Marionette.
By people. Minigames. In the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th games, the player gains access to a series of periodically 8-bit minigames randomly after death or after completing a specific task. The minigames usually relate to the story or events related to the game in a cryptic manner. The minigames in the 2nd game portray homicides mentioned by another worker of the restaurant and the reason of the animatronics gaining life. The minigames in the 3rd game show the story behind Springtrap's creation. Minigames in the 4th game tell the story of a character who dies in a tragic accident. There is only one minigame in the 5th game, which depicts the death of animatronic engineer William Afton's daughter. The minigames in the 6th game depict various events in the series, all connected to Afton. In the mobile version of the 8th game, the player can access a minigame called Princess Quest, which depicts the origins of a character called Vanny. Oi, Garth, what do you want? Phone calls. In the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and 8th games, the player receives a telephone voice message from a previous worker of the location, commonly referred to as Phone Guy. The messages are a tutorial for the player, describing several gameplay mechanics and outlining the location's backstory. Phone calls from the first game can be heard in the 4th game as ambiance. The 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th games have AI voices, which tutor the player. The 6th game also contains a tape recorder that guides the player through some gameplay mechanics. Easter eggs. Every game in the series contains Easter eggs and rare screens, some of which add to the story. They are often presented as hallucinations, with some examples including a character named Golden Freddy in the first game, 8-bit minigames in the 2nd and 3rd games, various random items appearing near the bed in the 4th, blueprints in the 5th and 6th, and a character named Fredbear in the 7th. And a minigame called Princess Quest in the 8th. Closings. In the first, second, and third games... Get out of the way, Garth. The player's location closes shortly after the game ends. In the first game, the location is said to close by year's end due to a tragedy that took place there many years ago. In the second game, the location closes due to malfunctioning animatronics. In the third and sixth games, the location closes after a fire. The fifth game is unique, however, in that the restaurant in which the game takes place, Circus Baby's Pizza World, closes before the events of the game. Due to a supposed gas leak. We're not even halfway done. Characters.
No, we are not.
Humans. The protagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's is named Mike Schmidt. The protagonists of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 are Jeremy Fitzgerald and Fritz Smith. The protagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is an unnamed security guard. Okay, both my cats left. I'm going to go close my door.
Unnamed security guard. He seems like a cool guy. Seems like the best character so far.
Okay, wait a damn minute. I have to interrupt this Wikipedia reading to bring you a special message.
Who do you want
Some
most
guy
for Smash?
In honor of the fucking Vancouver Titans getting breadsticks finally for their fans, finally bought and tried breadsticks and wrote an article about it for some reason. That is all. I don't know why.
Nice. Who you guys hoping for most in Smash? I don't know. Fritz Smith sounds pretty good, but unnamed security guard is my favorite.
I don't know. Big
security
fan
guard
of.
gets in, man.
I don't know. Have you ever played Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
That's my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game.
You know the NPC that just screams 24/7. I want him in.
Okay.
Okay, so there was an infamous bug in Xenoblade 2 patch 1.0 that one of the enemies, I think it's like a guard or some shit. Like there was like a group of 3 of them. And anytime they did any action, they said one of 3 lines. Think you could take me? Don't forget me. And it's all in Irish. It's the worst. And they just spammed it. I need to find the video now.
All right.
Anyways, you can go back to reading.
The protagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is presumed to be the crying child, Michael Afton, or both of which are children of William Afton. What? Oh, the crying child, or Michael Afton, or both of which are children of William Afton. The protagonist of Sister Location and Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator is Michael Afton again. The protagonist of Ultimate Custom Night is heavily implied to be William Afton himself. The protagonist of Help Wanted is named Vanny. The protagonist of Special Delivery is unknown. The protagonist of Security Breach is presumed to be a child named Gregory. Security Breach? Is that like an upcoming game, I guess? In the first 2 games, a man known as Phone Guy leaves a recording at the beginning of each night which advises the player how to play the game. Phone Guy is replaced in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th games by other people called Phone Dude, Hand Unit, and Tutorial Unit, respectively. Hand Unit returns in the 8th game, and Tutorial Unit returns for the 9th. The 6th game also introduces Cassette Man, later revealed to be Henry Emily, William Afton's former business partner. The series' main protagonist and central character is William Afton, a.k.a. the Purple Guy. He's the man behind the slaughter! The founder of In-Universe Company,
Oh.
Afton Robotics LLC, and co-founder of In-Universe Company, Fazbear Entertainment Incorporated. He was, directly and indirectly, responsible for numerous incidents and tragedies throughout the series. As revealed in various minigames, Afton is a child murderer, Poggers, who killed at least 6 children, Poggers, before the events of the series. Sometime before the events of the third game, he becomes aware that the children's vengeful spirits have possessed his animatronics and attempt to destroy them, but ends up dying in an old spring Bonnie suit, which he used to lure children in the back areas of his restaurant before killing them. Afton's soul possesses the animatronic and becomes Springtrap, who is eventually killed in a fire at the end of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. However, Afton is implied to still be alive in digital form, appearing as the virus Glitchtrap in Help Wanted, as well as possessing a woman named Ness, implied to be Vanny, in Special Delivery. Oh, okay. This is like an everyone is Xehanort sort of situation. Many of the animatronics.
I don't know.
Dude, it's FNAF lore. No one knows.
Fucking purple guy is trying to summon Kingdom Hearts, dude. Pretty obvious. He just has to murder like 13.
Scott Cawthon was like what'd you miss in Kingdom Hearts 2.5, and then took that, rewrote the entire thing, and was like, I can make it worse.
Hearts, but they're all animatronic bears now.
Exactly.
Real.
And that's why I made the games.
Many of the animatronics featured in the games are possessed by the souls of children murdered by William Afton. The children possessing the animatronics from the first game are called Gabriel, Jeremy, Susie, Fritz, and Cassidy. Wait, they actually gave the names at some point?
Wait, they gave the kids names?
I never knew that. Yeah, like when did this happen?
When did they do this?
Oh, maybe this was a novel thing.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, the novel series and the secret ending in the 6th game? What?
Evident from both the novel series as well as the secret ending in the 6th game. The child possessing the puppet is Charlie Emily, the daughter of Henry Emily, who is implied to be Afton's first victim. The child possessing Circus Baby is Elizabeth Afton, Afton's daughter, who was killed by the animatronic. The children's deaths are shown in detail in various minigames. Which one is the 6th game? Pizzeria Simulator. Wait. What?
Dude, I don't know. Let's just get this over with.
Okay. Animatronics. The first game has 4 main animatronics: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. A secret 5th animatronic, named Golden Freddy, occasionally appears. In the second game, decrepit versions of the animatronics are present and referred to as Withered, along with their remade counterparts, referred to as Toys. 2 new characters are also introduced, Balloon Boy and the Puppet. 2 secret characters, Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, rarely appear, and, when stared at for too long, crash the game. A female version of Balloon Boy, called JJ, can also rarely be seen under the office table, posing no threat. The only true animatronic present in the third game is Springtrap. The only true animatronic present in the third game is Springtrap, who is a decayed version of an animatronic called Spring Bonnie from an old restaurant known as Fredbear's Family Diner. The animatronic is possessed by William Afton, whose corpse is inside the suit. Some of the animatronics from the previous 2 games, including Freddy, Chica, Foxy, Toy Foxy, also known as the Mangle, Balloon Boy, and the Puppet, return as hallucinatory phantoms, disturbing the gameplay and giving Springtrap opportunities to kill the player. Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie appear in secret minigames with minor roles. In the 4th game, Nightmare versions of all the animatronics are present, and new characters are introduced, including Nightmare Fredbear, Nightmare, and Plushtrap. In the 4th game's Halloween edition, characters called Jacko Bonnie, Jacko Chica, Nightmare Mangle, Nightmare Balloon Boy, and Nightmarion are present. In sister location, Funtime versions of Freddy and Foxy are present. 2 new characters are also introduced, Circus Baby and Ballora, alongside their small assistants called Biddy Babs and Minirinas?
Yeah, it's like ballerinas, mini arenas.
Oh, okay.
That
Baby,
floor gotta be so deep.
Baby, Ballora, Freddy, and Foxy amalgamate into an animatronic called Ennard at the end of the game. Springtrap appears in the final cutscene as well. In the non-canon custom night, 3 characters called Bonnet, Lolbit, and Electrobab are present. In Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, only 4 animatronics are a threat to the player: Molten Freddy, Scrap Trap, Scrap Baby, and Lefty. There are other animatronic characters, but only for decorating. These include Rockstar versions of Game 1's animatronic cast, a group of animatronics called the Mediocre Melodies, which consists of Happy Frog, Mr. Hippo, Pig Patch, Ned Bear, and Orville Elephant, and a group called the Posh Pizzeria, which consists of Funtime Chica, Music Man, and El Chip. Ultimate Custom Night introduces 2 characters called DD and Shadow DD. In Help Wanted, Blacklight versions, the cum versions of the first game's animatronics, alongside Shadow Foxy, Shadow Mangle, and Party Freddy are present in the Blacklight levels. A character called Beacon Bonnie appears as an Easter egg. 2 characters called Dreadbear and Grim Foxy debut in Curse of Dreadbear. In Special Delivery, several characters called Holiday, Chocolate, Arcade, Wasteland, Heatwave, Circus, Forest, Winter, and Aztec are present, as well as Scary Tale versions of the first game's animatronics. In Security Breach, Glam Rock versions of Freddy and Chica are present. Wait, David Bowie's in this game now? 4 new animatronic characters are introduced as well, called Montgomery Gator, Roxanne Wolf, Moondrop, and an unnamed sun animatronic. Jesus Christ. I feel like I just went through like the Toho character list. Like that's
Yeah, shit was kind of
Honestly?
terrifying.
Yeah, it was similar.
that's just the sheer amount of characters.
Yeah.
Which section are we on now? 3? 4? 4? Section 4. Games. Main series. Five Nights at Freddy's, 2014. Five Nights at Freddy's was released for Microsoft Windows on August 8th, 2014, followed by ports for Android and iOS on August 27th and September 11th, respectively. A Windows Phone version was also released, but was soon withdrawn due to its downscaled graphics. Ports for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch were released on November 29th, 2019, alongside separate releases for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 3, and 4. The first game revolves around a character called Mike Schmidt, who begins working as a night security guard for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where the animatronics move at night and supposedly kill anyone they see by stuffing them into a spare animatronic suit. Animatronic movement is explained to the player as a purposefully programmed free roaming mode to prevent the animatronic's servo motors from locking up. The player must survive from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. They cannot leave the room and must use a camera system and 2 doors with lights to defend themselves from the animatronics, with limited power to use their tools. The hostility of the animatronics appears to result from the possession by the vengeful souls of children who were killed at the restaurant. The player is guided by an unknown entity as Phone Guy, who assists them in their defense against the animatronics. Mike is fired from his job after the 7th night for tampering with the animatronics, body odor, and general unprofessionalism. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 2014. Shortly after the release of the first game, Cawthon confirmed rumors about a sequel. He posted a teaser on the sequel of his on his website 1 month after the original game's release, and continued to post teasers until the sequel's release. A trailer was released on October 21st, 2014, including A trailer was released on October 21st, 2014, introducing new animatronic characters and the absence of doors. Oh my god. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was released for Microsoft Windows on November 10th, 2014, earlier than its planned release date of December 25th. Ports for Android and iOS were released on November 13th and 20th of 2014, respectively. A Windows Phone port was also released, but withdrawn for substandard graphics. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch console ports were released on November 29th, 2019. The gameplay is largely similar to its predecessor. Players must survive a night shift at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria restaurant from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. without being attacked by any of the animatronics that wander from room to room. In addition to the animatronics from the first game, which are depicted in a deteriorated state, the game features several new antagonists who can be fended off using different tactics. The explanation given for the animatronics' behavior during the game is similar to the one from the first Five Nights at Freddy's. The protagonist is a new character, Jeremy Fitzgerald, who is promoted to daytime security after the sixth night, being replaced by Fritz Smith in the custom night. During the game, an unknown employee calls Jeremy to give him hints on how to survive each night while talking about the restaurant's history, similar to Phone Guy in the first game. During these calls, it is revealed that the restaurant has become the subject of a police investigation due to various rumors. It is also possible to access hidden Atari-style mini-games that provide further insight on the restaurant's troubled past, showing a purple figure killing multiple children. On the fifth night, the location is put on lockdown due to an unspecified event. At the end of the game, Jeremy receives a paycheck dated 1987, thus revealing that the events of the game take place before the first Five Nights at Freddy's, and the restaurant is closed, with a new location set to be opened elsewhere. Do I have to? I don't have to keep going, right? Like, can I like rain check this?
I mean, I guess.
Bookmark? Are you going to be really disappointed, Sock? Are you going to be really disappointed? Oh my god, no.
What the fuck is it?
I'm not going to have a voice by tomorrow. On January 3rd, 2015, an image was uploaded to Cawthon's website, teasing a third entry in the series. Other images followed before a trailer was released on January 26th, 2015. On February 15th, Cawthon posted on Steam that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was cancelled after a hacker allegedly leaked the game. This was later revealed as a hoax. The leaked download linked to a humorous clone of a previous game of Cawthon's. There is no pause button, in which the main character is depicted wearing the Freddy animatronic head. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was released for Microsoft Windows on March 3rd, 2015, with Android and iOS ports following on March 17th and 12th, respectively. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch console ports were released on November 29th, 2019. Set 30 years after the events of the first game, its main character works at Fazbear's Fright, a horror attraction based on the long-gone Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The player must defend themselves from the deteriorated animatronic costume hybrid named Springtrap. Burnt and tattered hallucinations of some of the animatronics from the previous two games appear, and although they cannot kill the player, they can hinder ventilation, sound, and camera systems. Failure to maintain the systems can create many issues for the player, including dysfunctional cameras and the inability to play audio to lure away the animatronic. The player receives guidance from a founder of the horror attraction for the first 2 nights, and listens to old tape recordings which were found by the attraction's worker for the rest of the nights. The game has 2 endings, a good ending and a bad ending. The bad ending reveals that the souls of the murdered children still haunt the animatronics. The good ending is reached by completing secret minigames in which animatronic characters bring a cake to what seems to be a sorrowful child's soul. After completing the secret minigames, the souls of the children are freed. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, 2015. On April 27th, 2015, Cawthon began posting images on his website teasing another game in the series, which was originally titled Five Nights at Freddy's, The Final Chapter. A trailer was released on July 13th, 2015, hinting that the game was set in the main character's house. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was announced with a release date of October 31st, 2015, and it was pushed forward to August 8th, and again to July 23rd, when the game was unexpectedly released on Microsoft Windows through Steam. Android and iOS ports were released on July 25th and August 3rd, 2015, respectively. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch console ports were released on November 29th, 2019. The player character is an unnamed young boy who has delusions of being attacked by nightmarish versions of the first game's animatronic characters. The player must defend themselves with a flashlight indoors. The game's story is told through minigames, in which the protagonist is bullied because of his irrational fear of a restaurant with a yellow animatronic bear and rabbit called Freddy, Fredbear, and Spring Bonnie, respectively. He is guided by an animatronic plush toy who speaks to the character when he is alone. The child is eventually killed by Fredbear in a freak accident. The game had a Halloween update with nightmare versions of animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and Halloween-themed reskins for Nightmare Bonnie and Nightmare Chica. Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, 2016. Cawthon posted a teaser image on his website on April 23rd, 2016, of a clown-like animatronic named Baby from an upcoming game titled Sister Location. Several teaser images of different characters and hints at their origins followed. The trailer for the game was released on Cawthon's YouTube channel, with the new animatronics and a new location. The release date was announced as October 7th, 2016. Cawthon made a prank release of the game on October 5th, apparently releasing a mature edition after a decision to delay the game to make it more kid-friendly. The download link led to a clone of Cawthon's previous game, Sit and Survive. Sister Location was released for Microsoft Windows on October 7th, 2016, followed by ports for Android on December 22nd, 2016, and iOS on January 3rd, 2017, respectively. It was also released on Nintendo Switch in North America on June 18th, 2020, and on Xbox One on July 10th, 2020. The PlayStation 4 port was released in Europe and North America on July 21st and July 22nd, 2020, respectively. The player character named Mike, jokingly called Eggs Benedict, is a new employee of Circus Babies Rentals and Entertainment, a sister company to Fazbear Entertainment that rents animatronics for children's parties. The animatronics were originally intended for Circus Babies Pizza World, which never opened due to a gas leak. Mike is guided by Hand Unit, an AI similar to the phone guy of previous games. Hand Unit instructs him about his job, often telling him to disregard safety. The animatronic baby often gives instructions that contradict Hand Units and are vital to survival. The game also has a custom night, in which the player can use mechanics reminiscent of the first game, such as interactive doors and a camera system, which were absent from the main game. New minigames are also available, describing the fate of Mike after the event of Sister Location. A cutscene is shown after the Golden Freddy Custom Night preset, in which a character named Michael speaks to his father, Springtrap, in a foreboding way.
Thankfully, after Sister Location, Cawthon stopped caring about adding a fuck ton of lore, so these entries are gonna be real fucking short.
Thank
I
God.
think I need to pass out. I don't think I'm gonna make it through all this.
Okay.
I might.
If you actually want to stop, you can. By the way,
Yeah,
like if you actually want to stop, you should.
I'm gonna go until we hit
I'll
spin-offs,
go.
and then I'm gonna bookmark that shit.
I'm gonna go
Well,
like
spin-offs is like
lay
a
down.
1 minute section though. Look at spin-offs.
Okay.
Spin-offs is a very short section. I think after spin-offs, we're good.
All right. Also, good night, Sog.
He left.
Okay.
How dare he leave? He's
How
the one
dare
who
he.
wanted this.
He is the one who wanted this shit. We're stuck here.
In June 2017, Cawthon hinted at the development of a sixth game in the series. On July 2nd, 2017, he announced his decision to cancel the game and said that he had been neglecting other things in his life for the sake of trying to keep up with mounting expectations. On December 4th, 2017, after teasing the game several days earlier, Cawthon released Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator on Steam. The game is a business simulation game in which the player plans and runs a pizzeria, but frequently shifts into the survival horror vein of the series' other games. The player may accept a corporate sponsor for the restaurant, but doing so causes loud video ads from the sponsor to play during the game's night shifts, making it difficult to hear approaching animatronics. The player has the option of salvaging damaged animatronics from the previous games, increasing revenue, and the possibility of being attacked during the night shifts. Ultimate Custom Night 2018. Ultimate Custom Night was released on June 27th, 2018. The customizable night contains a total of 50 animatronics from previous games, which allows the player to determine how aggressive they are during the night, similar to the custom nights in earlier games. The player can select the office to play in, and has 16 themed game modes available. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2019. On August 18th, 2018, Cawthon confirmed on his Steam thread that the next main installment of the Five Nights at Freddy's series would be available as a virtual reality game. On March 25th, 2019, during Sony Interactive Entertainment's State of Play live stream announcing several new games for the PlayStation 4, a trailer announcing the game was shown. In the game, the player is a technician repairing a pizzeria's animatronics. From a first-person perspective, they fix the animatronics, solve puzzles, and navigate dark hallways while avoiding malfunctioning and hostile animatronics. The game was released on May 28th, 2019. A non-VR version of the game was released on December 17th, 2019 for Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 4. Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery 2019. An augmented reality game, Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, was announced on September 13th, 2019. The game was released for free on iOS and Android on November 25th, 2019.
Very descriptive.
Yeah, thanks. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach 2021. On August 8th, 2019, of the first game's 5th anniversary, Cawthon posted a new image on his website teasing the 10th installment for the series. It shows a mega pizzaplex containing a laser tag arena, an arcade, a large cinema, and a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza restaurant in the main square. 80s-styled versions of Freddy, Chica, and 4 completely new animatronics can be seen playing for an excited crowd. On September 29th, 2019, Cawthon's website was updated with a new teaser featuring Glam Rock Freddy, and was followed by an updated teaser featuring the character Vanny from Help Wanted as a shadow. On March 24th, 2020, another teaser featuring a brand new alligator-like character was posted, later revealed to be called Montgomery Gator. On June 12, 2020, another teaser was released, featuring the game's protagonist, an unnamed female security guard. On August 7th, 2020, a teaser of Vanny was released. One day later, Scott revealed the characters Glamrock Chica and Roxanne Wolf via Reddit. On April 21st, 2020, the characters' names were leaked from Funko's list of upcoming products, and the title was revealed as Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzaplex. A few hours later, on April 22nd, 2020, Scott Cawthon confirmed the leaks via Reddit and revealed that the title was not official, and that the title was only for Funko's product line. The game was initially scheduled for an early 2021 release, but has been delayed to late 2021. On September 16th, 2020, during a PlayStation 5 showcase, it was revealed that Security Breach would come to PlayStation 5 featuring real-time ray tracing. Its initial release will be on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC, and will come to other platforms 3 months later.
Holy shit!
I didn't even know that there was
You're
going to be
telling
another
me
game.
another game's coming out?
I had no clue. I thought
It's not the only one. 'Cause
Yeah.
2021 also has Fury's Rage, which is a spin-off of that game.
Oh, come on, man.
I thought that Ultimate Custom Night was going to be the last mainline game.
Why Cawthon developing
No,
a
'cause I
sequel
knew
for
how-
a sequel?
Wanted was I knew Help Wanted came.
Well,
out.
Help Wanted wasn't really. It was kind of a spin-off, kind of not.
They don't count it as a spin-off
Yeah, for some fucking reason.
because it features the main cast doing what the main
Yeah, the
cast
main
do.
characters, whatever. Special Delivery was. I don't know how it relates to the first game.
Let me look up Special Delivery because it gives us no information here.
Well, it's the augmented reality game. It's the game you play on your phone.
Yeah, but I've never seen it or heard of it because no one cares about it.
I don't know. You didn't watch the Markiplier Let's Play?
Not of that one.
Yeah, it's not very good. All right. Spin-offs. FNAF World 2016. Cawthon announced a spin-offs from his series, FNAF World, on September 15th, 2015. Unlike the main series, the game is a role-playing video game using the first 4 games' animatronic characters. The game is set in a fanciful world where the characters must fight enemies and progress by unlocking perks and items. Originally planned for release on February 2nd, 2016, Cawthon rescheduled the release for January 22nd, Cawthon rescheduled the release for January 22nd and released it on January 1st. Players and critics
What?
basically he was like, "Hey, it's coming out February 2nd." And then later he was like, "Hey, it's coming out January 22nd." And then he released it on the 1st. Because,
Okay.
you know, players and critics criticized the game for missing key features and being unstable and unfinished, for which Cawthon apologized. "I got too eager to show things that were finished that I neglected to pay attention to the things that weren't." He decided to remove it from Steam, saying that the game would be improved and later re-released free of charge. Cawthon announced that he asked Valve to refund all purchasers the price of the game. He released a free version of the game featuring a 3D overworld and an updated character selection screen in February 2016. Cawthon posted a new teaser the following month with characters such as the main series Purple Guy and most of the characters from the Halloween update of Five Nights at Freddy's 4. He created minigames for the game's second update, including Foxy Fighters, Foxy.exe, Chica's Magic Rainbow, and FNAF 57, Freddy in Space.
Noise.
Freddy in Space 2, 2019. Freddy in Space 2 is a side-scrolling platform shooter game and a sequel to the FNAF 57 Freddy in Space minigame from FNAF World. It was released for free on December 3rd, 2019 on GameJolt. The game was made to promote a cancel cancer charity live stream on YouTube, which was hosted by Matthew Patrick of Game Theory for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to try that one again. For St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Security Breach, Fury's Rage. Security Breach, Fury's Rage is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game featuring the main cast of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. It was released for free. What? It was already released?
The spin-off, so I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to come after.
It was released for free on April 28th, 2021 on GameJolt. The game was made to compensate for Security Breach being delayed for a second time. I never heard of it. I didn't know it was even released.
Well, it's a side-scroller, so...
Alright.
It's a fucking what?
It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up.
Side-scrolling beat-em-up game? That's horrible. I can't.
I need to go, like,
No
look up
shot.
gameplay of...
96% like this video game, Google users.
I need to go, like, look up these things, apparently. Like, the secret ending of Sister Location,
Jesus.
or whatever.
I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this and post it in Yeast Chamber.
Yeah, let's see this.
Picture.
What are we looking at here?
On my Discord button.
Oh my...
What? What? What is this? Is that glam rock, Freddy? No. that looks like glam rock.
Yeah, that's glam rock. Forget glam rock.
Click. Oh yeah. Click the YouTube link.
Let me give you the story for this right quick. The game starts off with a small cutscene of Scott himself having a nightmare that the fan base would kill him after the announce of Security Breach's delay. This causes him to wake up and supposedly is the reason as to why the game was made.
What?
You can take me!
Makes the game. He can fucking die if he doesn't.
It'll be fine. We can don't forget me. You're done. You're done. Think you can take me. Don't forget me. Think you can take me. Don't forget me. You're done. Think you can take me. Think you can take me. You're done. Think you can
Why is it so slow?
Think you can take me.
What? Xenoblade Combat?
Think you can take me.
This guy sucks at it.
Don't forget me. Think you can take me.
Xenoblade 2 combat's really fun if you know what you're doing, but this guy doesn't.
This is all characters are walking so slow.
Yeah, you can change that as well.
Think you can take me.
He has his weapons out while he's going from enemy to enemy for some reason. Normally you would holster really quick and then do it.
Think you can take me.
Xenoblade 2 has really good combat that is explained very, very poorly. So it feels like trash when you don't know how to do it. Regardless,
Think you can take me!
don't forget me. You're done.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
so anyways, not even the entire Wikipedia page, and it was an hour.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
I underestimated the power of FNAF.
Jesus fucking Christ. Ambient music for the first 4 or 5 Nights at Freddy's games is primarily stock music adapted by Cawthon. Songs include the Toreador song, When the Player Runs Out of Power, in the Five Nights at Freddy's, and My Grandfather's Clock, played by the Proper's Music Box as it winds down in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Sister Location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, Help Wanted, and Special Delivery have original soundtracks composed by Leon
No, stop,
Riskin.
stop.
I just want to hear this gradual liquidation thing.
So you had to go through.
Oh yeah, I played this game on stream
Okay. All right.
a long
I'm
time
going
ago.
to bed.
Okay.
The 20 milligrams of melatonin are kicking in.
Understandable. I
Yep.
am also going to call it.
I demand my points back.
No.
I'm joking.
No.
It was a good spend.
Listen, nobody cares about the
just for the laugh.
novels or anything else anyway.